Why can't I sleep well with psoriasis? Common questions answered. If you're watching this at 2 a.m., unable to sleep because your skin is on fire again, I see you. If you've woken up with flakes on your sheets or scratched yourself raw in your sleep, you're not alone. And if you're exhausted from trying every cream, every suggestion, every doctor's visit, this video is for you. Hi, I'm Kasturi, a sensitive skincare expert with over a decade of dedicated experience and co founder of Oleum Cottage. My passion lies in harnessing the power of plant oils for their therapeutic use and in advanced cosmetic formulations to create skincare that truly works. Today, we are going to talk honestly about why sleep becomes such a struggle with psoriasis and answer some of the most common questions around it that we receive in our customer feedback calls. Let's start with the most basic question. Why does psoriasis get worse at night? Now, at night, your body naturally starts winding down, and that includes producing less cortisol. Cortisol often gets a bad rap as the stress hormone, but here's the twist. It's also your body's natural anti inflammatory. So during the day, even if you're stressed, that cortisol helps keep inflammation somewhat in check. But as night falls and cortisol levels drop, your body's ability to control inflammation also dips. That's why a lot of people with psoriasis find their itching and flares ramp up just as they're trying to rest. Why does itching feel more intense when I try to sleep? There's a simple reason: stillness. During the day, you're moving, distracted, working. But at night, when you finally lie down, there's nothing between you and the itch. Also, your core body temperature actually rises slightly at night as part of your sleep cycle. But with psoriasis, even a tiny increase can feel like a furnace under the skin. And that warmth can intensify itching, burning, and flare ups, especially under the covers. Should I take a sleeping pill or antihistamine before hitting the bed? That's something we hear quite commonly. You might have tried antihistamines or even sleeping pills. Sometimes they help, sometimes they don't. And the truth is, these don't always fix the underlying skin inflammation that's keeping you up. Now, let's talk about the emotional toll because it's not just physical, right? Is it normal to feel emotionally drained because of bad sleep and psoriasis? Yes, bad sleep is hard on anyone, but with psoriasis, the toll runs deeper. It's not just the itching, it's the dread of bedtime. When your nights have been a battlefield, flare ups, broken sleep, waking up exhausted, your brain starts associating bedtime with discomfort. And here's where it gets tricky. Your body learns, it remembers. So even before the itching starts, your mind is already tense. Your nervous system is bracing for what's next. This anticipation of pain becomes its own kind of stress. You start thinking, I'm going to itch again. I won't sleep. I will feel like a wreck tomorrow. And ironically, that stress, it makes the flare up worse. It becomes a vicious cycle. Discomfort, fear, stress response that leads to poor sleep, worse inflammation, and more discomfort. Now, this isn't just in your head, it's in your nervous system and it's valid. You're dealing with a chronic condition that affects both your skin and your sense of peace. If you've started dreading bedtime, please know you're not doing anything wrong. Your body is in a state of defense, not failure. You can break the cycle. It just takes a mix of care for your skin, your stress, and your story. It just takes a mix of care for your skin and your stress. And for the kind of emotional fatigue you are going through, it's okay to say to close ones, I am not okay. Now let's answer something many people ask. What can I actually do to sleep better with psoriasis? There's no one size fits all answer, but here are a few things that many in the OC community have found helpful. 1. Cool your environment, lower room temperature, use breathable cotton sheets, maybe even a cooling pillow. The cooler your skin, the less likely it is to flare up or itch. Let me share a few practical tips that could help you in cooling down inside and out. Keep a cold pack or frozen water bottle by your bedside, not for drinking but for quick relief when the itching spikes. Cotton isn't always your friend. Some people with psoriasis sleep better in bamboo or silk, which reduce friction. So try what works for you. Track what you eat at dinner. Spicy food or alcohol can increase inflammation or heat at night for some people. 2. Nighttime skincare routine. Use a calming, hydrating topical with natural oils. You can add this to your prescribed medication to assist the healing of your skin. Some people find relief with oils like jojoba, calendula, or blends formulated for inflammation like a restorative oil and calming anti-itch lotion. But always patch test first. 3. Moisturize, then wrap. For areas that get very dry or very cracked, moisturizing and then wrapping loosely with cotton cloth can help seal in the hydration and prevent nighttime scratching. 4. Mindful wind down. A warm bath, not hot, with oatmeal or Epsom salt can soothe irritated skin and calm the nervous system. Follow it up with a gentle stretching routine or breathing exercises. 5. Emotional reset. Keep a journal by your bed. Offload your stress before it builds up in your body. Try telling your body, "Thank you for getting me through the day, and I'll take care of you tonight." The last question, will it always be like this? Well, no. Your sleep with psoriasis can and will improve. You may need to experiment with what works for your body. You might need to advocate a little louder with your doctor. You may have to shift routines or try new ingredients or find a bedtime rhythm that finally brings peace. But this isn't permanent. You deserve rest, you deserve healing, you deserve nights that don't feel like a battlefield. I hope this video gave you answers to some questions you had not even asked so far. If this video helped even a little bit, please consider subscribing to our channel and sharing it with someone who might be going through the same thing. And if you have your own tips, routines, or just need a place to vent, drop a comment below. This is a safe space. Thank you for watching. See you in our next video.